Shut up and sit down.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the Epic Fail Podcast, episode 191. If you're wondering what's going on in this picture, it is both a contradiction in terms and our logo for this week. If you are listening to the show and you have no idea what I'm talking about, you're missing out, and you'll have to figure it out on your own. With me this week, and I should probably introduce myself. So that's Epic Fail number 2, because Epic Fail number 1 is going to be the picture on screen. I am Draven Dresden, the host of this complete, utter failure of an attempted podcast. Don't let the episode number confuse you. It's still a failure. With me this week is returning once again the gnome who cannot see over his desk, the voice manipulation king of Gnomergon, I suppose. Frazley!
Hello! It's good to be here. How you doing? Are you doing great?
So I am Frazley, and I am so excited to be... Wait, hold on. Things are...
Okay. There we go! I got it working. So, that was my epic fail for the evening, getting my voices accidentally mixed up. It's great to be back, Draven.
Thanks for coming back on. Eventually, guys, maybe we'll get Gav back. Real life is just kicking the crap out of him. And, I know how that is. Real life has been kicking the crap out of me, but dang it, I made time for this.
Yes, because, podcasting takes number priority, and, everything's all about podcasting, right?
Sure.
I have thought about it. If I was going to, there was one time I almost got hit by a car when I was driving, and I literally, in my head, thought through all the things that I'd have to do to podcast from the hospital room.
You'd have to get your own Wi-Fi network, because hospital internet is garbage.
Yes.
If they even allow it, because you're probably going to be in the ICU, in which case they won't allow it. So
it's one of my needs in my life. I need it.
I need that.
Yes, I need my precious.
I used to be able to do that voice so much better.
Me too. And then we got old. Or at least I did.
It wasn't that I got old. I just got out of the habit of doing the voice. So, before we get going, I will ask how you've been and all that fun stuff, Raz. But before we go, I do have to mention, I am currently under tornado watch where I live. So if I disappear, that's why. The power went out, and I went to the basement.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking, I don't want this to be the last thing that I mean, at least I would know that I the last time I ever saw you, I was enjoying you and this podcast.
Yeah. The other thing I need to mention is not next week, I don't believe, but coming soon, I am going to have to move the podcast day to Sunday nights, probably, due to job issues. So, either that or do it really late at night. So, it's, 6 of one, half a dozen the other, pick and choose kind of thing. So, it'll either be really late, like 12:30, 1 o'clock, like it used to be, or around this time on Sunday. It just depends on, what people tell me they want, kind of thing. So those are my 2 disclaimers coming up ahead of time. It will probably only be for about 3 months or so, but and maybe longer. I don't know. It just really depends on what job situation requires.
The only issue about Late at Night, though, is you'll compete with 2.5 Men on Nick at Night.
Okay. I'm just glad I didn't have to do this like a couple weeks ago when Game of Thrones was on. I mean, say what you will about this last season. There is no chance there'd be anyone in chat except for we'll put it on so he has a view number, but it's going to be muted and we're going to be watching Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And so I don't blame you.
Yeah, because I mean, those water bottles. You want to see those water bottles and that coffee cup.
Yeah,
those are the best actors. Nestle
lemon flavored water. I know this because I used to buy those. Anyway, not gonna get into Game of Thrones. If we start down that road, it ain't gonna stop until our time's done.
Yeah.
Oh, we're only done with the first half of this episode? Oh, crap. The one thing I will say about Game of Thrones, if anyone has any idea what's going on, this is not a spoiler. If you know what's going on already, I'm just going to say one word, and you're going to really know what it means, and that is the word butterflies. That's all I'm going to say. If you know, you know. If you don't, well, you can always look it up, and it'll be really funny when you figure it out. So anyway, back to the show type stuff. Fraz, how have you been?
I've been great. I'm on my 3rd iron tune, so I've already killed off 2 irons, and I've only started like 2 weeks ago. So
does that make this one a bronze tune?
Yes. And it is a lot of fun, and it's helped me not die a lot. So I've been enjoying that part of it. But I want to see if in a year from now, I'll be up to like 69 different tunes all killed.
I mean, you could. I could get that many tunes killed tonight.
Well, I'm not trying to kill them because then it's like throwing a game. If you intentionally throw the game, then you only cheat yourself.
Well, it's not. I mean, if your goal was to get that many killed, that's not throwing the game. That's trying to meet a goal.
Okay, so, but I already kill myself multiple times, so then that would be. I've got a friend who always tells me never to agree with them, and I never know if I to agree with them to not agree with them. But yeah, so that's where my head's been going and just enjoying WoW and stuff like that, and excited for 8.2 to be able to get flying in BFA, so that way I might be able to do more emissaries because I can then fly.
Yeah, I'm pretty. There are mounts available from the emissaries. Yes. I haven't gotten a single mount from emissaries yet. Admittedly, it took me until the last expansion to get a mount too. So, yay.
RNG's tough.
Oh, I know. It took me 3 years to get the second binding for my first Thunder Fury.
And I was talking with somebody who they have Invincible, they have Ashes. I was listing off every mount, and they're like, "Oh, I got that, I got that, I got that." And I'm like, I mean, to my defense, I own the Fiery Warhorse Rain and the Blue Proto Drake. Allie, I promise you, I'm not rubbing that in. So, Draven, what have you been up to?
Not getting any new mounts. Let's see. What have I been up to outside of work-related things and family-related things? Because those are just constants. In terms of gaming, I haven't got a whole lot of time to really game. Most of my time has been raid night, where I was able to actually be here on time. Yay. And, well, for 2 out of the 3 nights, because I haven't been able to raid with the Rubber Chickens in a couple weeks due to other random things. Hopefully this week I'll be able to. But beyond that, it's just been logging in, doing my emissaries maybe every day, maybe other day, maybe every 3 days, just run through, get them all done, and then just log back out because that's all I have time. Overwatch, I've played the new stuff. Well, it's new this week, but it's all old. It's the anniversary event. It's in the arcade. I've been doing that. I missed the first day of Lucio Ball because it was bugged and it just auto switched over to me and it ticked the crap out of me. I was like, because Lucio Ball is fun. That's really about it in terms of games. Can't really think of anything major. I did my emissary for yesterday, day before, and I got 415 gloves, which I was like, yes! And then I saw the stats on, I was like, crap. Put it in the simmer. Okay, wait a couple minutes. This is a 3% downgrade from your eye level 400 gloves. Flip the table.
Blizzard giveth and Blizzard taketh away.
This is the 5th time I've gotten 415 item or better I can't use because it sims lower than my 400 or lower item. And I'm just like, really? I understand the trinkets can be weird. I understand that rings can sometimes be weird. This was a pair of gloves. 15 item level should be an upgrade, no matter what the secondary stats are. Unless I'm like at a haste breakpoint or something. And then, the dropping of haste and stuff like that. But I'm just like... And they wonder why people are upset about gear.
Yeah. Almost like the different people who design parts of the thing, like the one who does the eye level isn't talking with the stats, or they're in a feud because maybe the one is parking and the other one's parking spot. So every time they do the coding, the one who does the eye level wants to always try to outdo the stats. So then the stats outdoes the eye level person. I mean, there's probably like this feud going on at Blizzard.
I think it's just more of a balance issue, and they haven't been able to figure it out after 7 expansions.
Yeah.
Which, 36 specs. It's understandable, especially since half of them change drastically every expansion. I get it. It's annoying. It's not game-breaking. It's just annoying.
Yeah.
Now, the 425 trinket being worse than my 355 trinket, that is nearly game-breaking, because that is almost 100 item levels difference, and it's, yeah. But I've talked about that to death many times. And, yeah. So, what about, have you been doing much gaming this week? You never really said.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we've been in the irons. I played like Stories Untold. So for me, it's just been doing like the iron leveling, and then I did some work on my shaman. So the shaman's up to 113, and then past that, haven't done a lot of gaming outside of that. Because I'm trying to think of the different games I've done. But it's been a while, and Stories Untold. If you want a Stranger Things type of game, it was free on the Epic Games Store. And that was a lot of fun. So you're in a mud, and there's like 4 episodes. So now I'm playing Observation about a computer that's trying to, I think, kill the person that it's observing.
So, war games.
Yeah, kind of. Absolutely.
The only way to play is not to... The only way to win is not to play. Strange game.
Do you want to play a game?
Can you do that one in the gnome one? The gnome voice?
Yeah, this way? Do you want to play a game?
I'm totally going to clip that, steal the audio, and put that over the Saw doll.
Oh, yes!
That's going to be my entertainment for tonight. After I think, I'll have a little bit of time to play games tonight, so that'll be fun.
Nice.
Let's see. The only other thing I can really mention is normally Sundays is one of my D&D days, or my only D&D day. Thanks to work, that hasn't been happening for the last month. So they're annoyed at me because now it's my turn to not show up. And I'm like, I can't help it, it's work.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for those of you in chat or watching the video, you'll notice the picture in my corner is different. Game of Thrones is over, so it is no longer Game of Thrones, but I wanted something there, so I put Death from Sandman. So it's, a goth girl. Because, World Goth Day was this week. And while I don't look it, I do celebrate that mostly in music. Because I like music.
Yeah. I've got a Pandora playlist called My Happy Soundtrack, so you and I are different in personality.
So, funny story about happy music. I had a MP3 CD. So it had like 16 hours of music on it. Popped it into the computer at a previous job, and I just put it on random and let it go. Don't judge me, there was a Limp Bizkit song on there. But it was their good one called Break Stuff. My boss at the time didn't know I knew how to put music on he didn't know it could play music, let alone that I knew how to do it. It was literally easy. You put the CD in and it played. But so he heard this song and he's like, "What is this?" I was like, "This is my Happy Fun Time song." It is literally called Break Stuff. Most of people who are listening will know this song. I don't know if you know it, Frazley, because it doesn't seem like it's in your wheelhouse.
No.
But after the show, you should totally check it out. You are not going to like it, but you'll understand his reaction was, "Oh, God." You'll understand that reaction when you hear that song and why I called it my Happy Fun Time song.
There was a show I was watching where the person unnerved, they're listening to this screamo metal rock, and I'm like,
not quite, but yeah. And while chat rooms bring up good and Limp Bizkit don't belong together, I wouldn't call them good. It was a decent song in that it wasn't Nickelback, so that makes it at least almost okay. It was their one song that I could tolerate, but it was funny to me. Anyway, we should probably do something Blizzard related.
Yes.
So, in that vein, I went to Dairy Queen today.
Nice! I almost went there a week ago, but lines were too long.
Yeah. I got myself a Blizzard. They did not make it how I wanted it, but it was fine. It was technically what I ordered, but I had a special request. Instead of vanilla ice cream, I asked for chocolate. They gave me vanilla anyway. It's fine.
I am thinking in that context. Oh, wow. Okay, let's move on. I was thinking...
Yeah.
I was thinking like people want stuff with like some of the people who don't want classic are probably thinking, well, we want modern WoW, we want our chocolate WoW, and people are and Blizzard's only giving us vanilla WoW. So yeah, let's go on.
Ironically, there is some vanilla/classic WoW news, but we'll get into that here in a bit. We're going to start off with... Wait, this can't be right. I have something listed in StarCraft. Is that right?
I think so. I'm trying to check.
Alessandro, there is something StarCraft, not esports related StarCraft news this week? That seems weird.
Jason Statham?
Holy crap. Jason Statham?
Yeah. Is that what I think I'm seeing? You can play co-op with him in StarCraft?
Is he just going to do you have to put adrenaline needles in your chest right into your heart and every 5 seconds to be able to use them? Yes, I'm making fun of Jason Statham movies. Or is he just driving somebody around and then being their bodyguard and killing people?
Is that the Punisher or is that the Transporter?
Transporter.
Okay, because I know Fast and Furious is Vin Diesel and The Rock.
Actually, he hasn't been in it, but I'd want to see a preview before I gave them my okay. But Jason Statham might be okay as a Punisher character. He just has to grow hair, which would be weird, so probably not. Anyway, moving on. Moving back to the topic at hand.
Yes.
Stetman is coming to StarCraft. He already, Fraz mentioned, as a co-op. I will at some point play these, but I don't have anyone to play with at a time that I can play. Because right now my playtime is really late at night and sporadic. So, yeah. But Stetman is coming. Alessander, you're welcome. There was some StarCraft news. Yay. There's nothing listed under Diablo, but we do know Season 17 is going. People I know are doing all kinds of greater rifts and all that already, and I'm just sitting like, I don't know that I want to log into Diablo this season. Again. It's like 1 out of every 3 or 4 seasons is when I'll log in and play. But I have a feeling come November, there's going to be something Diablo related I'm going to be really excited for.
Diablo Immortal.
I probably shouldn't say this out loud, but I feel like I want to light you on fire for that.
I am going to play Diablo Immortal, so I'm...
And that's fine.
Yes.
For the record, 1, I'm not actually going to light Frazley on fire.
That's good, because I like my skin.
He lives too far away for that. 2, I don't have anything against Diablo Immortal. I just don't play things on my phone. So if whoever wants to do it, that's fine. It's not for me. I will watch some YouTube videos, get the story that way, and then I will wait for Diablo 4 when it comes out and play that one.
And I think we gotta hear something Diablo 4 at BlizzCon, because if not, Blizzard is not reading the room.
Yeah. I would say, and I've said this before, but I would say that they could just do a Diablo 4 logo and that's it, no demo. But after last year, now they kind of need the demo.
Yes. Even if they say at the beginning, this is work in progress, and say that this may change, to hear something and not just a logo, would hopefully appease the community.
See something, preferably something playable, even if it's only like a level or 2 of a dungeon. That it's kind of one of those things. After last year, it's going to be required.
Yes, especially with the higher prices. So Blizzard expects a higher price of us, so we expect a higher price of them.
And it all comes back to death. The high cost of living. I have that comic book. It's great. Such a crap joke.
I laughed.
Yeah. Maybe I'll get you to facepalm at some point today. Yeah. Doesn't have the same effect whenever it wasn't like, why? But,
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. Moving on. Here is the Storm news. Okay, that's done. Let's moving on. They did an AMA, I think, last week. We didn't cover it. ITN has it. Go check them out. They'll do it better. And they're actually playing the game, so that makes it a little easier for them to cover it. Hearthstone, like I said, has some news. Neither one of us really play Hearthstone, so covering it seems wrong.
Blame Galv.
Yeah, blame Galv. A-Move TV, The Angry Chicken is the podcast I would recommend for anything Hearthstone related. Again, that is A-Move. Both ITN and Angry Chicken are A-Move. So.
And I would also give a shout out to Hearth Casual by Ro.
Yes. I don't listen to a whole lot of Hearthstone Actually, I don't listen to any Hearthstone podcasts.
I have to admit, me too. So, but yeah,
I know I'm aware of it. I just forgot about it. Yes, you can't forget Ro. Ro's awesome. So that brings us to Overwatch. First off, I'm going to do these in backwards order from the list. the workshop, which was on PTR, in which I built a bastion that shot out Bobs because I could, and screw the enemy team. Because that's just amazing.
Yes.
It's terrible, but it's freaking amazing. It's live in the game. You can get into the game and you can make a bastion shooting Bobs. You can make a Torbjorn turret shooting Torbjorns. Instead of the other way around, you can do all kinds of weird things. I'm personally waiting for someone to modify Reinhardt's hammer to be like a diva mech. Just swinging the diva mech everywhere.
That'd be awesome.
And the ultimate is it blows up. Instead of the shatter, it's just the mech blows up. Because why not?
Yeah.
Think of the same combination of anything, and yes, I'd like that, please. Maybe give Bastion his shield back and make him truly annoying. Don't do that.
Well, then he would be the last Bastion.
No, because then you'd have a whole team of people playing Bastion.
Okay, true.
Yeah, because you could put it in a game of no limits. Oh yeah, we're going to do 6-on-6 Bastion. Why? Because he's got shields. That would suck.
And out of all the players, who would be the best one? Who would be the Master Bastion?
I think I'm going to make my War Games joke and say the only way to win is not play.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I did mention the Overwatch Anniversary event. It went live this past Tuesday, a couple days ago. And it is basically you go into the arcade and you check out not the great big box, but it's the top box right to the right of it. And every day it's a new setup. Lucio Ball, Maze Winter Mayhem, which is the May Snowball fight where you get to throw a snowball and one-shot people. Don't play that one, it sucks. I mean, if you like it, but whatever. There's the Yeti one, which I think they nerfed the Yeti because I've only seen the Yeti win once out of every game I've played, and I played a lot of them because I wanted my loot boxes. There's Uprising, there's Retribution, there's Storm Rising. There's one other one, I think. I don't remember, but pretty much Junkenstein. Junkenstein's Revenge is in there. That was fun. I played a whole lot of that. That's where I got most of my arcade wins. Because that's just my favorite. I did find out, though, that if you take a lot of time off of Overwatch, which I had, your aim starts sucking really bad. So you have to, earn your aim back. So, yeah. That was a thing. It's like, I used to be able to, Widow, kill, 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 kill. And now I'm like, shoot. Oh, I missed. What the heck?
Is it like dice rolls?
No. It's with Widow's a sniper, and if you hit a headshot, you pretty much kill almost everything.
Yeah.
Except for bosses. And I was just missing. My aim was just a little bit off, and it was just one of those things. I was like, okay, I gotta practice this. But there's some new skins. There's the Toxic Roadhog. That was one of the ones I was looking at. But pretty much every skin in the game is available again.
Nice.
And if I'll have to log into the game or have someone log into the game and check. But if it is not the new ones, as in for this event alone, even any previous event, even from this past year, they should have gone down to 1,000 from 3,000. So that's a lot of ones that, I wanted that Junkrat, but I completely forgot to log in the last day to buy it. If it's 1,000, mine. That really cool Bastion one, mine.
I think that's the cool thing, bringing back events and skins, bringing those things and letting you get it.
Yeah. The downside is when you open a loot box, that means every event, including the ones you don't care about, are in those loot boxes. So I've gotten a ton of the Chinese New Year ones, which there's nothing in those that I care about. And I'm just like, it is what it is. It's free stuff. I'm not putting any extra money into it this time. I think last year I put in $10 or something. I don't remember. Like, I'm still giving them my money. I'm just not signing over my entire checks anymore.
Yeah, I turned off the spigot for, like, I used to have my paycheck go directly to Blizzard. Now it's maybe like a third of it goes to Blizzard.
Yeah, well, I didn't have to worry about that too much because I was just like, you can hold your payment to me for being a Blizzard shill, as Taliesin would call it. Just give me free stuff every so often. We'll call it good.
That's how you do it. Okay. No one ever told me that. I should talk with them at my next monthly meeting with them.
Yeah, I didn't get invited to mine.
Oh, it was amazing, and I got a lot of really good news about like the and like the and they're going to be adding over in Overwatch and you got to know in StarCraft they're going to be adding and then Heroes. But wait till the next expansion about. Okay, and that's.
I gotta correct you on this. You mentioned Heroes. They're not adding anything to that.
Oh, I mean a hero in Heroes of the Storm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
they'll add another 2 or 3 heroes, and then they're just gonna abandon it again.
Wait! Did I just say Heroes?
Yeah. Yeah.
I ruined my own joke.
Yeah. It was still amusing.
Okay, good.
It wasn't as funny as my joke about them abandoning heroes, but
yeah,
it's more of a sad
yours
joke.
Is better, so
that's a sad joke.
Yeah.
I suppose. I mean, we could get into the skins and all that. I don't think you play Overwatch, if at all.
I'm not good at FPS.
Yeah, I'm not good at it either. I still like playing it. If I don't have to worry about ammo, I mean, yeah, you got to reload, but I don't have to worry about actually running out of ammo. I'm willing to play them. But if I have to worry about, I only have 12 bullets left total, yeah, I'm not going to play that game because my aim is garbage. Even when I'm half decent at them.
My last game was Battlefield 1942 and Unreal Tournament, Ultra Kill, and stuff like that. So that was my last. And then after Chosen 4, I stopped playing FPSs.
Yeah, other than Overwatch, the only quote-unquote FPS games that I've ever played, recent-ish, has been Mass Effect 1, Mass Effect 2, and Bioshock.
Okay, Bioshock I could see. Because to me, that's more of a story FPS.
It's still FPS, though.
Okay.
And there are ammo issues in those games, but I've heard the story is that good. So I tried, and I got stuck on Bioshock, and I haven't loaded it since.
I would say Infinite's worst thing was you would get into a room.
Oh, I wasn't talking Infinite. I was talking Bioshock 1.
Oh, okay. Because I enjoyed 1. I need to play 2. Infinite, I've beat, but there was always that part where you would walk into a room, you would see the places to crouch, and the ammo, like, I was just enjoying the story. Okay, here we go, attack, and then you can move the story along.
Yeah, I told someone that I bought the Bioshock games, and they sent me a link. I'm not going to tell you where those links went, but Thyst would be very happy about those links. Those of you in the know, you'll know what I mean by that. If you don't know, well, you might figure it out anyway.
Second time's episode, you've gone over my head.
Well, I mean, you're short, so nothing can go over your head. Your reflexes are too quick. You will catch it.
Yes.
Anyway, we should probably get into some WoW discussion, because there's actually a little bit of WoW news. First off, I'm going to ask you a question. I don't know, and I honestly don't know the answer to this question. Have you done the Xalatath quest chain that leads to the N'Zoth eyeball hat?
Not yet.
Okay. You should, and on multiple characters if possible.
Because there's a toy.
There's a toy if you remove it. However, if you don't remove it, N'Zoth will whisper to you.
Ooh, sweet nothings in
You
my ear?
I mean, I don't know what he's saying because he's speaking Old God. That's one language I don't know. But the one thing you got to remember though, you have to have your sound on. I so often don't play with the sound on. I didn't realize he was whispering ever. And out of the 3 characters that I have at max level, 2 of them still have the hat, the gift, and I only cleansed the one off because I wanted the toy for my other characters.
Yeah, I want the toy too, which is why I'm trying to decide which of them I'm going to keep it on.
Yeah, I told everyone my paladin was keeping it. I know that seems weird. My paladin, the guardian of light, has the N'Zoth toy. And every time we go to fight that boss, my paladin will kneel. I do slash kneel, and then I'll be like, I've brought the master.
Because I think I'm trying to decide if I think Frazley might keep it because he is kind of an old god and stuff like that. And then I'll get to twin somebody else, and it would make him taller.
Oh, an inch.
Yeah, see,
Like an in-game inch, not like you take up another inch of the screen.
okay.
So he'll be like 4'1" instead of 4 foot, or however tall. I don't know how tall they are.
Hey, I'll take what I can get.
But yeah, so play with the sound on. You'll get some whispers every so often. There's also a few NPCs you can talk to who will also have the eye, and you'll be able to communicate with them back and forth. Nothing major. You just get dialogue from them. That's it. Instead of them ignoring you.
For now, I think we're going to find that this is a choice. This will probably be one of those pivotal choices years later that something somewhere is going to be there. I'm hoping.
Here's the problem I see. Without knowing the outcome, so many people got rid of it that those of us who kept it, because there's no freaking way I was going to get rid of it because it's a freaking old god gift. I'm like, yes, please, thank you. Unless they told us ahead of time, like this will be a major decision coming soon, decide carefully. They really can't do a whole lot like that with it. Like I know with the Horde side with the Sourfang versus Sylvanas thing they're doing, they said, oh, this has consequences. And really, we haven't really seen a whole lot of that yet. And people are like, oh, it's going to be a third faction. I'm like, it can't be because they didn't say it would be major consequences. They're just, so far you're getting like a couple different lines of dialogue and how it's said differently. That's it. So without being told ahead of time, they can't do something major like third faction because that will kill a raid team if not everyone does the exact same thing.
That's true. And the game's not set up like Mass Effect, where when you start Mass Effect, you know everything's going to affect everything.
Yeah. So, baby steps. We're getting there. Eventually, I'm hoping to see a quest chain where like major-ish, this your decision at this point will have major consequences going forward. Like in big letters in the quest thing. So,
but who will read it? Because a lot of people don't read quest text anyway.
Well, you'll have to pick something like yes, no kind of thing. Like you have to pick one or the other, and then it'll give you a pop-up warning. Major. Are you sure you want to do this? This will have major consequences going forward. So,
just like deleting a major item. Okay, I can see that.
Yeah. Are you sure you want to? DE Varian Gul'dan? Yes.
Yeah.
I love that picture.
And Blizzard this week also made another major change to something. So Speaking of
Something you'll be happy about.
yes,
Maybe.
sorta.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now you'll be able to ride your mounts properly.
But we'll be smaller.
Yeah, it'll be smaller, but think of it this way. I get to ride the adult mounts. You get to ride the little babies.
Okay. Because I can go for that.
And
at
the
least
Tauren get to ride the elders.
Yes. And they can finally fit through doors.
They fixed that a while ago.
Or this one was mentioning something about Taurens.
They get bigger. They'll get bigger mounts, but they can still fit through doors.
Well, and this Tauren can fit through more doorways when mounted.
Ah, I thought they fixed them all.
I
haven't played my Tauren in so long. That
was one reason why they did this, because they've been doing a lot of work with the tech and the engine and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know they fixed a lot of the doors, but apparently there was some that I didn't realize needed fixed. But anyway, yeah, mounts are gonna for Tauren and gnomes are gonna change size. So the gnomes will actually be able to ride on them and not look like they're hanging. Basically, they're gonna look like they're not Murky in Heroes, where he's just holding on for dear life. They should do that. Put that as a glyph for gnomes, a gnome only glyph, where they're just literally holding on and flying, their feet are off. That would be great.
I would love that. Because like if I'm dangling behind it, like ah!
And even if there's no sound effects to it, that would be great.
Get off of this crazy thing!
Dear Blizzard, add this glyph for gnomes. Thanks, the gnome community.
Yes.
The gnome community in quotation marks.
What was I watching recently? I was watching some movie, and they had somebody flying, and they were holding on underneath them, because like, oh no, it was in WoW. I was on my shaman, Kishan, because at one point Kishan does not get onto the flying mount, and he's hanging on underneath the flying mount. That would be so cool for gnomes if we could just like hang on for dear life, be like, no, I don't want to fall down.
Yeah, I don't know if they would do it for gnomes only. We can do it for goblins too. That way each faction has it.
Yes, I could see that.
Yes, that'd be fine. Because I don't think they're going to do it to every class, because it would just be really strange to see a Tauren hanging off like that.
They would pull down the flying mount. And the mount's like, I'm trying to get through, but the storm's weighing me down. Don't bring me down. Don't bring me.
No.
But speaking of flying,
yay! They gave us an update on Pathfinder. Woo!
yeah.
Basically, to no one's surprise at all, they added the exploration part to Pathfinder, which means you have to see all of the zones to even have a chance at flying. Strange how it's been like that for 3 expansions? 2, 3 at this point?
Yeah, because Warlords, Legion, and BFA, and because we had to explore all of the zones for the first part of Pathfinder, and yeah, the second one is Mechagon and Nazjatar.
Yeah. So whenever these things open, go looking at everything, and also do a whole lot of achievements, because that's how you get those really cool mounts.
Yes,
like the crab and the bike wheel thing.
And there will be 2 bike wheels, so you get a beat it down one for the, just like you can get that one easily. But if you do all the achievements, you get the Tesla Lamborghini of gnome wheels.
So it has auto run. So that means I can literally hit run forward and go AFK, and I'll get to where I want to go. Even though I didn't tell it where I want to go, it'll just know.
Yes, but any damage to you or your surrounding is the gnomish community is not responsible for.
Okay. That's good to know.
Or the person who...
or the person you run over.
Yes, the person you run over. I was thinking of the person in a Tesla who, yeah, let's.
We're gonna stop there.
Yes.
They're also not responsible if, for whatever reason, the auto directional thing doesn't work properly, and you end up drowning because you went out in the water and just kept going.
I think I've actually done that with autorun.
I did that with I've done that flying, so I didn't drown. I literally just went out so far into fatigue and died to fatigue because I went AFK thinking I had a little more time for flying. So I don't do that anymore. If I'm going AFK, I take the flight path.
Same. Because, and plus, it goes back to the community. I mean, because those flight masters have been there since the beginning. And
they've made I've seen how much I've spent on flight paths. They've made their money already. They're good.
Then why are they replacing them with these self-serve flying scrolls now?
They're just keeping up with the times.
Okay.
It's like, you want to fly? Here you go. This is how you do it now. We have you until you get these achievements, which in game terms is when you get acclimated to the climate and such.
Yeah, kind of like when High Mountain no longer becomes my bane, and like I will love Drustvar at some point because I won't have to go around that mountain.
Bane's a Tauren, and you were talking about High Mountain. He also has a speech impediment that you can't understand what he's saying.
You made me facepalm.
All right. Now that that's out of the way, moving forward, I'm not going to go into a whole lot of details because there are some spoilers here. So we're going to not spoil anything, but we're going to give you a pro tip for when the next raid comes out. Whether you go LFR, normal, heroic, or mythic, it's up to you which difficulty you want to do. When you're in the room with Ashara in her, her chamber, target her and send her some random emotes. Good, bad, it doesn't matter. It'll be a good time for everyone involved. There's some fun little Easter eggs in there. Not gonna say what they are. It'll be entertaining.
Warning, Epic Fail is not responsible for paying any durability costs that may come from any actions that a listener of this program may enact.
Mm-hmm. Now, Frazley said he'll cover any repair bill costs.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say
That's
that.
what I heard. You said I'm not responsible, and since it was on the show and you're on the show, it has to be you now.
Oh, no way! I'm gonna think about.
Here's an example. If you target her and you do /flirt or hug or kiss or anything like that, you get little hearts over your head.
Okay.
But you also go aggressive to your entire raid team.
Hey, love is a battlefield.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, feel free to emote in Ashara's palace in her chamber because it will be amazingly fun forever. I just wish there was a way to make other people emote.
Oh, you used to be able to do that with the disco toy. But
That's just dance. They just dance, and it's not even you're forced to dance, but it's not like an emote. You just start dancing. It's a little different. So yeah, feel free to experiment with your /emotes in that room because it'll be fun. This message has been brought to you by Death. Alright, so we had some classic stuff, aka the stress test. That is where 99% of what you see on screen, the title art, is from, was that stress test. The other percent that was not from the stress test. Obviously, our logo, the episode number, and the Dairy Queen Blizzard that Ragnaros is holding, which is the epic fail because it would melt.
Yes.
It's melty. He looks like melted ice cream. Not going to say where that's from, just in case you haven't seen it, even though it's been out a month, but just in case. So, yeah, they just, basically it was, hey, get everyone in, and a lot of people had the original classic experience. It was amazing. And then they were complaining about it because they couldn't log in.
They were really stressed.
Yeah, that was the classic experience a lot of people got. They could not get in the game.
Yeah. And
I heard about it, and my first thought was, sounds about right.
And the one difference this time compared to vanilla, I had a friend who could see streamers, like big streamers, who were in the stress test, and that is one thing you didn't have in vanilla. Like you couldn't see people in there, and that does make you feel a little perturbed that like some got into it, but they might have gotten into it earlier. But seeing that somebody's having fun and you're not, it's like, I want to be at that party too.
Yeah, and it was not just streamers who got in. I know lots of people who weren't streamers that got in. I didn't care, so I didn't try. That being said, looking back, I probably should have cared to get in, because seeing Ragnaros, Onyxia, Cthulhu, and all these other random bosses, Hogger apparently made several appearances. That would have been fun. Yes, every single one of them could one-shot you, because you could only get to level 5. It was literally logging in, getting people into the same zone changing, and just that kind of strat. That was all it was that. And then they had some fun and threw in the raid bosses for, the glory of death.
And Ali brings up a good point that part of the stress test was the login process as well. So that stuff you were helping test, you just could not see it on your side.
Yeah, well, I looked at it as that's from what I heard, because I didn't play in Vanilla Classic, however you want to look at it. I didn't play then. I started the next expansion. That sounds a lot like when the game first went live. You couldn't log in half the time.
Yeah, and there were times like Tuesdays would be all day that you wouldn't.
Well, that happened. That kept going all the way through Wrath. Like Tuesday was patch day. You didn't get to play on Tuesday until like 8 p.m. at night.
Yeah.
Which, was fine, because I worked until about 8 p.m. on Tuesdays at the time.
I was supposed to be in school some of those Tuesdays.
Cough, cough, I'm sick. I'm trying to log in. It's patch day. Crap. Should have went to school.
Yeah. My throat was was hurting some of those days.
I'm sorry, I needed some vanilla to ease my throat.
Yes.
All that salt. But, yeah, so I looked at it as it was par for the course when you couldn't log in. One of these times I'm actually going to put forth the effort to go to one of these stress tests, because they tend to do these goofy things. There was one NPC, was GM Run, who was like 3 times the size of everyone else, and he literally just got a bunch of people, and they followed him to another zone, and then he just disappeared, and they were all swarmed and killed. And the whole point of that was, how does the zone change handle the stress test? That was the whole point of that. And then, the fact that everyone got killed was just, bonus.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm excited that they're going to have good servers for when Classic comes out. I mean, that's a cool thing. Well, yeah. But
for those of you listening to the audio, Draven just air quoted good.
I'm being optimistic. I'm being optimistic that WoW has come so far along that the issues we had in vanilla won't be here. And for audio listeners, Draven just had another thing of Pepsi, and it wasn't a new Pepsi, which is coming back in Stranger Things.
Yeah,
Is
this
that new
is.
Coke?
I don't know. If it's Coke, I don't care. If it's Pepsi, then that would be first, because I don't think they've ever done that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Pepsi is not a sponsor. If they want to sponsor, that'd be great.
Yes.
I was just thirsty.
Yes. And I'm sponsored by water.
I had so much water earlier, I needed something else. Alrighty. Well, we've been going just shy of an hour at this point, so we're doing pretty good on time for a change. As opposed to last week, which was half an hour because I was by myself.
You were all by yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was all by myself. I felt like a David Lee Roth song. I ain't got no body.
That you can't depend on.
Mm-hmm. Hey, it's a Mannequin Head's favorite song. I ain't got no body. And with that, Fraz, do you have any shout-outs? How do people get a hold of you online, etc., and so forth?
You can find me at every week at gnomepodcast.com. So I talk with different people around Azeroth and stuff like that. And a shout-out, I heard that from Mitch of Blizzard Watch that Red Pele Jill is out of ICU and they're recovering. They're a person in the community. Their band Hope Diamond has won BlizzCon a few times in the town contest. So they, at the beginning of May, had a tweet that they were going into the emergency room, and then we didn't hear from them. So glad to hear that they're on the road from recovery, and definitely excited that we'll be able to hear from them again soon. How about you, Draven? Where can we find you?
Well, before I do that, first I want to say congrats for getting out of ICU. Those suck. No matter the reason you were there, ICU sucks. Visiting, required for whatever reason, or what, it doesn't matter. ICU sucks. Going past that, though, you can get a hold of me over on Twitter at Draven Dresden. Most of the time, it'll be probably Warcraft related. Last couple of weeks, there's been quite a bit of Game of Thrones related information coming out of me. Like, no, this is not exactly accurate, and I got into a couple arguments. It stayed mostly civil till the person blocked me because they didn't agree with what I said, and then I found it funny. Then they unblocked me. The whole ordeal was great. I won that, by the way. So yeah, that's the easiest way. As long as you're civil, I can have disagreements with people or agreements with people. It doesn't matter. It'll be a conversation. And if you're polite / civil, it'll be fine. That being said, there are some topics that the answer is just no. As for shout-outs, there is one shout-out ahead of time. Like, I had a shout-out I was going to do, and then I had some information fall into my lap and a lot of other people's laps, and I wanted to do the shout-out. Thyst! This is going to be my special shout-out to you because you're going to New Zealand. Holy crap. Well, you're going to Australia, technically. You'll be right there near New Zealand. You should definitely freaking stop by New Zealand, though. But you're going to Australia for the freaking MDI. You are part of the WoW team at the MDI. My shout-out is to you, Grats. I can't wait to watch it on VOD later because I will be at work when it's going. So I will definitely have to watch this. At least, most of it because, I got to support this because she's cool.
Yeah, and I mean, this puts their all into everything. I'm like, this is awesome. Like they've been building up all of their communication skills, all the stuff they've been doing for years, and they're being recognized. I mean, what's cool is there'll be people who will be introduced to Thyst who have never known them. I'm like, once you know Thyst, you will always love Thyst.
My one, and this is 100% honest, my one concern is her being able to keep it PG-13. That is my only concern. I'm sure she'll be fine. She's been able to do it. But if something happens, I could see... if anyone broke PG-13, it would be her. And I really hope it doesn't happen. But, well, I kind of hope it does because it'd be hysterical. But at the same time, I don't want her to get in trouble for it. So I don't want it to happen. It's one of those weird things where it's funny one way, but, I want her to do well at the same time. So I kind of hope it doesn't happen at the same time.
Oh, what the? I think I'm gonna let the team do that. What are they doing over there?
Yeah. Also, I'm really hoping Ian isn't there because she will lose her crap if she sees him.
Yes.
So I'm sure he's busy anyway. So that's going to be my shout out for the week. Congrats on getting to go MDI in Australia. Holy crap. That's on my list of places I would like to go.
Mine too.
I mean, sorry Australians, but I'd rather go to New Zealand. But Australia's on my list of places I want to go. So, moving on. I will just say congrats once more, and then say, we have a Patreon for the show. That's right. It's a Patreon. You can give the show money for this quality content that I'm using air quotes on quality. And it's per month. $1, $2, $5, whatever. It doesn't matter. Whatever amount you want. If you want. You don't have to. That's fine. I will look at you crazy. Let me rephrase that. I will look at you like you're crazy, because I already know I am.
Me too.
I will look at you like you're crazy if you decide to do this. I will say thank you. And I will mean it. So thank you for all the patrons that we have ever had. Both current and past. And Twitch subscribers, for that matter. Thank you. It's always nice and sweet, and it never ceases to, why are you doing this? Kind of thing. Like, out of all the people you could do this for, why here? I don't get it. Kind of thing. But it means a lot. I joke about it, but it really does. Without the patrons and the Twitch subscribers, this show would have closed down a long time ago. So, if you're unhappy with the show, you blame them people, not the people running the show. Buck passed. We have a Discord for this. It's a small Discord. That's fine. bit.ly/epicfailpodcast. I'm sorry, Epic Fail Discord. I've been doing this for 191 episodes, and I still can't get these things right.
What an epic fail.
Yeah, it's like the name was just perfect.
Yes.
There's a reason why it's still called that, even though I know we probably should rename it. It's because I can't do things right. So yeah, bit.ly/epicfaildiscord. Come in, you can say hi, you get to see Frazley say, hey, I'm going live with my stuff. You can check out his stuff. Aleandris, who is in chat, will post her show, Dungeon Fables. That's always on. That's on my must listen every week that I have time. So
Me too.
So basically, it's every 3 weeks, and I'll just listen to 3 of them at once because I just never have time anymore. For someone who doesn't sleep, I never have any freaking time. I don't understand that. You would think that's like 8 extra hours. That's between 4 and 8 extra hours every day. And I still have no time. Because I'm just so busy with everything, including things I can't talk about because it's not ready yet. Some things I'm still working on slowly. Like, for anyone in the $5 plus patron tier, you know what that thing is.
Ooh.
But
Draven Sexy Hour.
no. There is not a level on Patreon that would make that thing that viable. No. That's like the $7,000 a day. And you have to subscribe for 3 years.
Okay.
Before that's even possible. And even then, no. No.
And we need like sad music here to be like for only $7 a day, you too can save all of this.
No, not $7, $7,000 a day for 3 years.
Oh,
that's a lot. I'm not even going to do the math. 7,000 times 365 times 3, so 21,000 times 365. That's a lot.
Yeah, I don't have that much money.
Yeah. There's a reason why I picked the number so outrageously high that it's not going to happen. And even at that point, it probably wouldn't happen anyway. So, because no one wants to see that. That's just wrong on every level possible. You know what else is
full of a lot of things.
Yeah. You know what else is wrong on every level possible? Me asking you this question. Do you have any last words?
Yes.
For the show, I mean.
Absolutely. Just Ragnaros. Yeah, I'm done. I had something and then I figured that worked perfect.